Trends come and go, but a teenager will always be a teenager. How to Build a Teenager, If You Want to, by to-erma Bombeck. Read by Karl. Calling a mother's intuition, I can always tell when my son loses his glasses. When arriving home from school, he will nod to the dog and rub me playfully on my stomach. Then he'll open the drawer and yell, "What's for snack?" Actually, my son's been wearing glasses for nearly 3 years. I saw him in them just once. It was in a doctor's office when he was being fitted. For nearly 20 minutes, the doctor adjusted the frames with meticulous accuracy, bending the stems to give just the right amount of pressure to the head and nose. "How's that feel, son?" he asked. "Swell," was the answer. "I can adjust the set just a little further down, just a fraction." "No," said my son, "it's perfect." They both faced the mirror with agonizing precisionness. The doctor angled the glasses at 1/32 of a degree to attain just the proper balance. He seemed pleased with himself. "Perfect," he said. "Here's a genuine cowhide case for carrying them." My son whipped off the glasses, jammed them in his short pocket, and left the glass case, genuine cowhide, lying on the counter. You will not believe the places we have found my sunglasses. Try. Inside a boot with a hockey puck and a lost mitten, in a leftover dish in the refrigerator, on page 73 of Catcher in the Rye, tied to handlebars of his bicycle with a gym shoe string, in the spin cycle of the washer, in the glove compartment of the car belonging to his best friend who he knows only as Moose, on top of a soft drink between the service station in northern Michigan, in the U.S. mailbox with a stack of Christmas cards, held captive under a fat woman on a bleacher at the City League basketball game, in a soap dish in the shower of the YMCA. Looking for What's-His-Face's glasses has become as organized as the Ohio State marching band. As the quality alarm sounds, each member of the family goes to his or her appointed area to begin the search with cold, impersonal, detached thoroughness. The one who needs the glasses, the glassee, sits on a stool in the middle of the kitchen and serves as a central message center in case the glasses are found. He falls a lot. The youngest marches to the bathroom area where he checks under the lid, sifts through the wet towels, and personally goes through all the pad pockets in the laundry hamper. "The bathroom is secure," he reports. "Only item found were your car keys and the medicine chest." The oldest has the living room detail. She used to do books, magazines, on the sofa cushions and the loose dinner around the planters. Living room negative, she reports. Only a few popcorn hulls in the large chair. When was the last time we had popcorn? My husband has the outside grants, which include the interior of the car, garage, flower beds, and garbage cans. "Nothing out here that a brush fire couldn't cure," he yells. I get kitchen area, which is a bit more detailed. "Got everybody in," I shout. "The glasses have been found in the red box." Sometimes I tend to let the kid grope his way through life, but then I say to myself, what kind of grandchildren will I get from a boy who squints at a payphone and says, "She's tall, but she's pretty groovy, isn't she, Mom?" I didn't mind when my daughter's hair covered her eyes. I didn't mind when I cascaded over her shoulders like a cape. Didn't complain when it hung higher than her hemline. When I discovered it wasn't my daughter at all, but my son, I became alarmed. The unisex approach to hair is frightening to most parents. It takes some getting used to. Like, did you ever try to carry a conversation with an eyeball? For a period of months, that's all I ever saw of my daughter. I hear a swish swish of hair and whisper to my husband, "How would you like to see that emerge from a dark lagoon some night? I bet that would cure your drinking problem." "Good morning, dear," I say to the massive hair. "How's your little thing on Island this morning?" The eye flinched. "Have some juice?" The eye closed to show a noise, and somehow I felt relief that it indicated life. "Want your father to drop you off this morning?" The eyeball went up, and we both translated this as acceptance. "I worried you that all the hair is taking strength from away from the body. You haven't been eating well lately." In reply, she jerked her head and flicked and stared at the long tresses for a second, but only they came to rest again in straight lines that exposed only one eyeball. "The eyes aggravate me, and I am sorry," I said. The sag of the hair should stop right here, but it doesn't. Very frankly, I got bored with the game. So I said to my daughter one afternoon, "Do you dare to be different? I mean, are you gutsy enough to be a pace setter?" The eye started to leave the room, then hesitated and finally blinked, showing a flash of interest. You ever wonder what would happen if you were to cut your hair in a short, feminine style? Imagine. You could sit down without pulling your hair. You could turn your head at the table and not have it fall into the gravy. You could dry your hair in less than 3 days. Look this way. You wouldn't be using your conformity. You'd be gaining extra high. I know you did it. That's pretty weird. You're a girl, I pressed. Look, white one. I never questioned the forces that move teenagers. I only noticed 3 days later she had her hair cut to her shoulders. As I looked into both her eyes, I felt like I was sailing Halley's Comet for the first time. You look wonderfully feminine, I squealed. Believe me, you're going to be so pleased at the reaction of people. They'll look at you and say, then there's my idea of a wholesome American girl. The first outing with the short hair took us to a hamburger emporium. We're standing on the line waiting for 8 21-cent hamburgers to go when across from us an elderly couple was taking her in. Their eyes traveled from their short, clean-clipped hair to her bulky sweater, her hip huggers, and right on down to her safety shoes with the silver buckles. I nudged her. You see, already you're causing quite a stir. Just something that might just bring girls back into style. The woman spoke first. That were my son, I'd cut his hair with a razor strop. The man nodded and looked straight into my daughter's eyes and said, Why aren't you in the army? All the way home I tried to get the eyeball's attention. One just stared straight ahead and glistened with tears. One remained closed. Maybe if you listen for a few months, the hair could grow out, I suggested. The eyeball snapped open and looked at me. I wish it hadn't. The end.